Okay, let's look at percent word problem. So we still want to keep in mind that we have the part over the whole is equal to the percent out of 100. So let's look at problem number 1. In a recent survey, 216 people, or 54% of the sample, said they usually went to a family restaurant when they went out to eat. How many people were surveyed? So 260 people, or 54% of the sample. So this 216 is representing the part. And the question is asking us how many people were surveyed. So the question is asking for the whole, or the total. So when I'm plugging this into my proportion, the percentage is the easiest to plug in first. And then we said this 216 is representing the part. We want to know how many total people. So we can go ahead and solve. I'm going to multiply these two. 216 times 100, which is 21,600, divide by the number in the same diagonal as the variable. So 21,600 divided by 54 is 400 people. Okay, number 2. Carla got 30 questions correct out of a total of 35. What was the percentage she got correct? So right away, I know I'm solving for the percent. So plugging into my percent proportion, I don't know the percent. 30 questions correct out of a total of 35. So 35 is our total. The 30 that she got correct is the part. So we can solve. I'm multiplying 30 times 100, which is 3,000, and dividing by the number in the same diagonal as the variable. So 3,000, I think I said 300, should be 3,000 divided by 35 equals, I'm going to get a decimal, I'm going to round to the nearest tenth, 85.7. We were solving for the percent. All right. There are 36 carpenters in a crew. On a certain day, 29 were present. What percent showed up for work? So what percent? Again, we are solving for the percent. So I'm going to set up my percent proportion with my X in the percent spot. And then of our two numbers, there are 36 in the crew. That is our total. The 29 that were present that day is the part. We want to know what percent is that 29. So let's solve. 29 times 100 equals 2,900. Divide by 36. And we get, when I round, it's 80.5 repeating. I'm going to round that to just 80.6. We were solving for the percent, so 80.6%. Number 4. Danielle now earns $9.50 per hour. This is 125% of what she earned last year. What did she earn per hour last year? So, plugging into my percent proportion, 125 is my percent. That is easy to find at first. Our instinct might be to put the $9.50 per hour down here because that is the new total. But this $9.50 is equal to 125%. So that $9.50 is the 125. We want to know what her old amount was last year. So let's solve. 9.5 times 100 equals $9.50. and then we're gonna divide by 125 to get 7.6. And what were we talking about? Money. So I'm not gonna write just 7.6, I'm gonna add a 0. Last year's pay was $760. It increased by 125% to get $950. All right, number 5. The state of Colorado has 7 representatives in the U.S. House of Representatives. There are a total of 435 reps. What is the percentage of Colorado's representation? So we are solving for the percent. The 7 that Colorado has is part of the whole entire representatives of the U.S. The 435 is the total. And now we can solve. Multiplying 7 times 100 is 700. Dividing by 435. I'm going to round this to about 1.6. We were solving for the percent. All right, in a survey taken by the Department of Agriculture of 450 people, 74% admitted they hated Brussels sprouts. How many people in this survey did not care for the vegetable? So plugging into my percent proportion, I'm going to plug in our percentage right away. The survey taken by the Department of Agriculture of 450 people, so that's our total amount that were in the survey. We want to know how many didn't like the vegetables. How many were those 74%? And we can solve. 450 times 74 is 33,300. Divide by the number in the same diagonal as the variable, so divide by 100, and we get 333. We were talking about people. You could say people did not like Brussels sprouts if you want to be more specific. Number 7. Records show that 3 out of 4 families move about every 5 years, okay? This 5 is just kind of extra information because it's telling us what we're talking about. What is the percentage of families that move every 5 years? So, set up our proportion. It's asking for the percent, so I know that's what I'm solving for. 3 out of 4, so our fraction here, 3 out of 4. Maybe you can just look at this right away and know what that's going to equal. That's awesome. If not, solve your proportion. 3 times 100 is 300. Divide by 4, and you're going to get 75%. Number 8, if 80% of the students in a certain class are female and there are 40 female students, what is the total number of students in the class? So, filling out our percent proportion, plugging in my percent right away. The question is asking, what is the total? We don't know the total. That means we are solving for the whole. We know the female portion, which is the part. So we can multiply. 40 times 100 equals 4,000. Divide by 80, and we get 50. So 50 total students. Number 9, Daniel's house is 8 miles from Sean's house. Sean has ridden 5 miles, towards Daniel's house. What is the percentage of the total distance he has ridden? So the total distance is 8. What he's ridden so far is 5. And the question is asking, what is the percent? So we are solving for the percent. The total distance is 8. The part that he's ridden is 5. And we can solve. 5 times 100 is 500. Divide by 8, and we get 62.5, and we were solving for the percent. All right, last one. In a shipment of airplane parts, 2% are known to be defective. If 8 parts are found to be defective, how many parts are in the whole ship? So plug in what we know. 2% is given to us. The question says how many parts are in the whole ship. So we are solving for the whole. We're given the parts that are defective. And we can go ahead and solve. 8 times 100 equals 800. Divide by 2, and we get 400. And this was solving for total shipments, or total parts, sorry, in the shipment.